Broadcasting live from the ESPN Radio Winchester studios, talking through life, struggles, and whatever's weighing on you. It's time for Therapy Thursday on Franklin County's favorite morning show, The Starting Lineup, fueled by Loco Coffee. And now for your hosts, Joe Abraham and Chewy.
And good morning, and welcome into the starting lineup, ESPN Radio 1340, 1069 WCDT Winchester. I am Joe Abraham, alongside the board lord, the Wookiee one, the man behind it all. He is Chewy. Good morning, my friend. How are you today?
I'm fine, Joe Abraham. How are you?
You say that, but you don't. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it, buddy.
I'm a little under the weather today, but other than that, yeah, I'm good though.
Okay, let me ask you, in what way?
I've got some crap going on in my chest.
Uh-oh.
Last night I got up a few times. And you know.
Okay.
But other than that, you know, I'm alive. I'm here.
We gotta be certain. We gotta be careful. There's a lot of weird stuff flying around.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, we just gotta be careful. Also in studio with us this morning, the most important man in all of the city of Winchester. That's why he gets to sit in the big seat.
Oh my gosh, I gotta lift my feet up. It's getting deep in here.
Yeah, and and this is the guy that if you've got a problem, if you got a complaint, you go right to him. I promise you. You know all those potholes. He'll pick up the shovel and he'll just go do it himself.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah,
whatever it takes.
No, he is Sean Crabtree, City Mayor. Good morning. How are you today, my friend?
I'm doing fine, guys. I'm really happy to be here. And you're right. There's a lot of stuff floating around out there.
Oh man,
the stomach flu and oh my gosh. I hope you don't get that, Chewy. I hope it's just allergies.
Well,
I mean, come on, guys. When I went to the gym this morning, which was early, like about 4:30. But, dude, it was like 52 degrees.
It's been gorgeous out.
Oh, my gosh. I'm ready for some humidity and some summer weather,
No,
man.
I'm ready for it to stay right where it is.
It seems like my allergies don't really get cleared up until it's just hot summer.
Yeah,
you know?
it's a good point. It is a good point. But this morning I woke up as well, and I don't have any kind of like really a head cold or anything like that. But I did feel like I got hit by a truck.
Yeah.
It was just like you can tell your body is reacting to something. But that all being said, I think
what it's reacting to is you get up in the morning and it's like 50 something, and then by mid afternoon it's 81.
Yeah,
I mean, holy smokes! That I don't know. Maybe I'm just old or something. I don't remember us having this kind of weather this late in the season.
Well, I agree with that. It being this cool, but here in Tennessee, that's something that I will never get over, is how in one day it can swing 40 degrees.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Mayor's in studio with us.
Thanks for having me, guys.
We appreciate you, brother. What? Hold on. So first and foremost, in fact, here's what I want to do.
Okay.
We started something yesterday. I say we. Chewy didn't know I was going to do this. I started something yesterday.
You just popped it on him.
That I want to start doing with everybody that we have on.
Oh.
And before we get started with you today, I want to ask you.
That's awfully early. Don't ask me tough questions.
No, they're easy questions.
Okay.
We're calling
Don't ask me the hard ones.
We're calling it the Fast Five. And it's kind of like I want to ask everybody these same 5 questions. It's kind of like that late show thing that they do. You know, like you got to survive the gauntlet. But on a local level. So we'll do that here in just a second. Okay. You can get involved in the show. You can call the show at 931-967-3500. You can text the show at 931-305-5611. You can also jump in on the FMO Facebook feed. It is a Therapy Thursday with the mayor. And Mayor, are you ready?
If you're gonna throw 5 rapid fire questions at me, I'm definitely gonna need therapy.
All right. We'll work through that. Probably never. Number 1. What was your very first job?
The Oldham Theater.
Oh,
My very first job was working at the. Let's see.
That's good.
That's probably chronologically.
That's why I'm asking these questions.
Yeah, chronologically, that's probably not right. I probably worked at Fred's. I think when I was like 15. But my first job that I remember was with the Oldham Theater, and it was so cool to be in high school, and I'm the guy with the keys that gets to open up the theater and start the popcorn and start the chili. And there's probably some listeners who remember me as a kid, popping the popcorn, opening the doors. So when you drive by the Oldham Theater, you smell the popcorn coming out, right?
I'll tell you what, I feel like there's a lot of important people that started their careers, or at least spent some time of their careers at the Oldham Theater.
Yeah. I worked for Mr. Ernest Martin. Mr. Martin was famous for trying to teach all of us young kids the lessons of life. And he used to tell me, son, when I first moved to Winchester, I was so broke, the soles of my shoes were so thin, I could step on a dime and tell you if it was on heads or tails. He also said some other stuff I probably shouldn't share, but he was a great man. And I was honored to be able to work for him. And he put lots of folks through college. Just a good man. Owned the drive-in theater and several other theaters around. So yeah.
Number two.
Oh, he's moving quickly.
This is the Fast Five, Sean.
Oh, sorry. I was going long.
Honestly, I could listen to the stories all day. But number two, what's something that people would be surprised to learn about you?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's really tough. How much time do I have before I come up with an answer? Something that people would be surprised to learn about me. I'm a pilot.
That's cool.
That is cool.
I'm a pilot. Yeah. I got shot in the head. A lot of people don't know that.
Really?
Yeah.
That explains a lot.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I used to be good looking.
Chewy, what's your excuse?
Yeah. Gosh, probably 20 some odd years ago, it was a hunting accident. I'd given somebody permission to hunt on our farm over in Flat Creek, and he just broke all the rules of hunter safety, and I think he even shot from the hip. But anyway, he saw movement. It was my head. Shot me in the head, 40 yards, number 6 shot. Wow. I couldn't talk for about 12 months. And that's how I got into the pilot thing. When you have a tragedy like that, which honestly was probably one of the greatest things that's ever happened to me, because it just gives you such clarity. You go from just doing the do all day long, getting by, to all of a sudden, holy crap, I might not be here this time next year.
Wow.
And so I started looking at things differently. And not to go long on this question, but I said, I came to this conclusion in my mind that, all of us are made in God's image. And if you really believe that, then what's holding you back? I mean, if you're made in His image, why not do and go and be and whatever you want to do and go and be? And so I went nuts. I ran 11 months after I got shot, I ran my first full marathon. I got my pilot's license. As a matter of fact, I took my check ride, got my pilot's license, and immediately took off the next morning to run my first marathon.
Wow.
Yeah, so number 3.
What's your go-to comfort food?
I don't really have a go-to comfort food. I know that's boring, but I really don't. I mean,
Okay.
I think
What's your cheat food?
I think cheap food is anything like bread.
Yeah.
I try not to eat bread and potatoes and stuff like that. I probably 20 years ago I switched it in my mind that, I'm gonna eat to live and not live to eat. And so I just, for me, it's just getting the right amount of stuff when I need it. And I try not to really focus on the food.
If you had a free Saturday, no responsibilities, nobody calling you up asking you to fix potholes, how would you spend it?
I would literally lay on a float in the lake in the sunshine. That is my most favorite thing, and I don't do it much, but it's my most favorite thing.
Yeah.
Miss Jenny Crabtree says sushi.
Sushi.
Sushi is my comfort food.
Thank you, Miss Jenny.
Jenny, she's probably right. Yeah, I didn't think about that. I do eat a lot of sushi.
Do you hit up Osaka very much?
Yeah, Osaka and Yamato's and all of it.
My girlfriend loves sushi.
and also Food City.
Oh yeah.
Jenny Jenny, you gotta get ahead of the line over there. But
Yeah.
if you get when they first make it,
Yeah.
you got some really good choices, and she'll grab us some quite a bit.
I don't hear enough Food City evangelicals for lunch. They have that whole like food court in there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like that for lunch. Slaps.
Katie goes over there, and she'll bring me back, and I'm like, holy crap.
It's like, where'd you
like,
get
like where does it even come from? Yeah, no kidding.
All right, what's one piece of advice that you'd tell give your 18-year-old self?
Oh, it's just that, and I've tried to impart this on my daughter.
Get sushi from...
No.
Oh, okay.
No. This is because this was the toughest lesson to learn for me.
Yeah.
Is this my last question?
Yes, sir.
So I can go a little
This is
longer.
number 5. You got
this was the toughest. Okay,
3.5 minutes.
3.5 minutes. This was the what would I tell my 18-year-old self? I think when I grew up, I used to think I didn't have what somebody else had. I wasn't smart as this guy, or I wasn't as physically, I couldn't accomplish the physical things like this guy could, or I wasn't enough for this or that or the other thing. And when I came to this realization that, I really do believe that we're all made in God's image, so why not try everything? I mean, you're obviously capable. If one human can do something, another human can do the same thing. The only question is, are you going to put in the time and the effort that it takes to be able to get to where that person is? That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
That is all there is to it. But I think, I can't speak for everybody, but for me, when I was younger, I used to think that I wasn't enough, or I didn't have enough, or I wasn't smart enough, or I, didn't come from the right place and didn't have money, all that stuff, and none of it matters. This is America, and we're all made in God's image. That would be the first thing. And if I had learned that at 18, I don't know. I tried to impart that on my daughter. She's not listening. Thank you.
And I appreciate that because that's my personal belief. But next time you're going to say stuff like that, don't do it in front of Chewy, okay? You can give him some ideas. All right, so you made it through.
Those are. Listen, man, that's really deep questions for 7 a.m. on a Thursday morning. I'm impressed with that.
I wanted to get before you could.
So let me ask you this. Here's
Yeah.
your rapid question.
Uh-huh.
So how quickly did you come up with that?
Oh, it took me the last 3 weeks. I've been working on this idea for a month. But no, I'm excited about it because we have so many people from the community on, and they're the same questions, and I just want to see the variety that we get.
Yeah, and I have to say, compliment to both of you guys. I don't think people who are listening on the other side of this microphone, I don't think they realize. Now, I realize a little bit. I don't think people realize the amount of effort, time, energy, and even just the emotional pieces that's required to come up with content every single day and make it interesting. You guys do well with it.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Sometimes.
Yeah. All
right, next segment. When we come back, we'll get into it with Mayor Sean Crabtree in Studio C. What's going on in and around the city of Winchester? We'll do that on the other side. It is the starting lineup on ESPN Radio 1340 1069.
WCDT Winchester.
Spring is in the air, and so are fresh new savings at Furniture Merchandise Outlet, FMO, right here in Tullahoma. Ready to refresh your space? From living rooms and bedrooms to dining sets and mattresses, FMO has the styles you want at prices you'll love. No long waits, no sticker shock. Just take it home today. Visit them at 105 North Jackson Street in Tullahoma or browse anytime at fmotn.com. Furniture Merchandise Outlet, where spring cleaning turns into a spring upgrade.
Feeling under the weather? Need a quick checkup or urgent care? Look no further than Complete Express Care in Winchester. Our expert medical team is here to provide fast, reliable care when you need it most. From minor illnesses and injuries to lab tests and x-rays. No appointment necessary. Visit us today at 1211 Dinah Shore Boulevard in Winchester or call us at 931-967-6669. Complete Express Care. Your health, our priority.
From the 931 Weather Center, it's time for an ESPN Winchester weather update. Looking forward to an absolutely beautiful day headed your way. Bright and sunny at around 82 degrees this afternoon. And got some calm winds coming in from the southeast at only 5 miles per hour to keep you nice and cool on this absolutely beautiful day. Stay tuned to ESPN Radio Winchester for all of your wonderful weather updates.
This is ESPN Radio Winchester, where Franklin County comes to life. From local news and athletics to everything in between, we're proud to bring you the stories that matter right here at home. And it's all made possible by local businesses connecting with real people in our community every single day. When you support them, you support our local coverage. Over 75 years of Franklin County heritage. Want your business to be a part of it? Contact WCDT today. ESPN Radio Winchester. Franklin County plays here.
Take the starting lineup with you wherever you go. Download the WCDT smartphone app in your Google Play and Apple App Store. Now, back to the guys.
Back here on the starting lineup, ESPN Radio 1340, 1069 WCDT, Winchester. Joe Abraham, Chewy, along with Winchester City Mayor Sean Crabtree in studio with us this morning.
Good morning. I feel like we got a restart after the rapid fire 5 questions.
Well, you made it
I
through.
got to get my feet back under me.
Good job by you.
Clint Powers jumped in saying, "Amen. Joe is doing a great job for the community. Big respect for Joe."
Oh, appreciate you, Clint.
Yeah.
So, Mayor, you were in the break telling us not to put a damper on everybody's day, but everybody needs to kind of pull together and say some prayers for speaking of an important man of the community. Tell us a little bit about what's going on.
So everybody knows Bill Cowan. Bill Cowan is just one of those folks that I have great respect for. Bill's struggling right now, and I didn't ask how much of this I could share.
Well, yeah.
But Bill's in St. Thomas, and if you could say a prayer for him and his family, I'd sure appreciate it. He's trying to get his oxygen levels up, and they're trying to get him to the point where they can release him and let him go home. And certainly Jenny and I are praying for Bill and his family, and hope that everybody here is as well.
Yeah, certainly. From what you told me, and again, can't really share or don't want to really share a lot, but definitely be praying for Bill. All right, Mayor.
Yes.
So, what's going on in and around the
Man,
city?
we got so much happening. This is budget season, and so we'll have the second reading of the budget. The council is thoughtfully, I think we have a strong council. They're always concerned about making sure that the employees of the city of Winchester are taken care of. Financially, we want to make them these positions competitive, and so the council is really trying to weigh the appropriate salary increase and thoughtfully do that in a way that also manages taxpayer dollars. And so the good news is there's no tax increase coming down the pike, which we're really excited about. And financially, the city's in a really good place. I don't know if I said this last time, but the budget, including the capital expenditures, the revenue, let me say it differently, the revenue that the city is bringing in is covering the operating budget as well as the capital expenditures. So it's a truly balanced budget, and we're in a really good place. And so the council is thoughtfully trying to work through. There's some things that they passed on the first reading that we'll see if make it through on the second reading. Again, I think they're really doing the best they can to thoughtfully manage taxpayer dollars and at the same time make sure that the city employees are taken care of from a salary standpoint. So we got all that going on. We've got in the background of all of this, I feel like this is one of the things I talk about every single time I'm on here, but the sewer project, they're done, except for the paving on Bible Crossing. They're done boring under Highway 130. They're back up at the top on the boulevard side of Bible Crossing, and I'm told that what they're doing there really involves easements and shouldn't involve traffic or on the road. And so in the meantime, what the city's going to try to do while Bible Crossing is open, they're going to go try to do a solid short-term fix over on Old Estill Road by the Swimplex. We're going to try to get that done so that hopefully by the time that's done, they'll be ready to pave, and we can, that Old Estill's kind of the detour there for Bible Crossing. So we're trying to time it just right.
Yeah.
Weather's probably going to be an issue, but that's what we're trying to do. So they're trying to, you'll probably see some action over on Old Estill probably the middle of next week, weather permitting. And then, again, the goal would be to get Old Estill wrapped up and then close down Bible Crossing for the paving, use that as a detour, and then hopefully we're done, at least with this part. The other phase 2, which is kind of the county's portion of the sewer project happening over on the industrial park out toward Baxter Lane. That's going on right now, and I'm not as deeply involved as that as I was the other one. That's kind of a county thing, but I know folks are fed up with the potholes and all. But let me just say,
yeah, okay, go ahead.
We gotta, when you're dealing with something where the road has to be cut out, and when it's cut out, it's left exposed, and when you have a terrible amount of rain, that exposure is going to turn into potholes.
Yeah.
And so, Public Works can go fill it in, but it still has to remain exposed until they get through the work. Right. So I appreciate everybody's patience on that. Hope that makes some sense.
Listen, here's the thing, okay? We got Old Estill Road. We got Old Cowan Road. We got a bunch of old roads, okay?
We got the Old Tellum Highway.
Here's my perspective on it, okay? All it is the character. It's the old showing through, okay? It's part of the road. That's like
patina.
Yeah.
Patina, there you go.
That's the charm
His character.
of going down one of the old roads. It rattles your car till bolts start falling off of it.
Lucy Dyer did jump in saying, "Thank you, Mayor."
Well, that's very kind. Thank you.
Now,
Who'd you say that was?
Lucy Dyer.
Oh my goodness. Hello, Miss Dyer.
So you said
Glad
that,
she's listening.
You said that they're going to put a more like permanent short-term fix on which one
on
is
Old
it?
Estill.
Old Estill.
Old Estill, yeah.
Did they let you do the last one or something? What's going on here?
No, everything we did was just while we're waiting on TVA is just basically to make it as safe as we could. Now
that was what I was trying to get out of you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, TVA. Oh, okay. Oh, he's setting me up. See, I'm not even smart enough to see the setup. But yeah, they're gonna dig it out, and Stuart Napper's on top of that. They're gonna dig it out and concrete it, which that should get us by until fall, or actually early part of next year when the water goes back down again. Then we can do the real fix. So.
I think that a lot of people, myself included, when they see stuff like this going on, they see the projects going on, and they see the surface level of it. They see who's out there working on it. They see the trucks, and they think, oh, the city's botching another project, or the county's screwing something up, or they're, and they always want to direct their complaints at somebody. And, for y'all's work, you guys have been actually doing a really good job with this. And some of the time, the holdup goes so much deeper. The issues go so much deeper, even over at the Bass Club. It's always like red tape. It's always a 3-letter, like an agency or something like that you're going through.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of times the holdup, but you guys are the ones that catch the flack for it. Now, I didn't know that until I started getting more involved, but it is, and you whispered it, but it is all the time.
All the time.
You guys it's like a hurry up and wait.
Yeah, and we don't mind taking the complaints because it gives us an opportunity to explain. And a lot of times when these construction projects, seriously, guys, it's day to day. I mean, it is day to day. And so here's the plan, but then the rain changed. Well, the plan changes. And so, it's stuff like that all the time. My understanding over at TWRA, of course, is doing the project over at the city park. They're doing the ramp project, and they have to coordinate with TVA, of course. And I got to tell you, those guys are impressive. TWRA, the engineer over there, Michael Miller, he is really impressive. And so, yeah, it's usable. But my understanding is the next step is that second floating pier dock. that'll be the big one, the long one, and then they'll wait and get the pier out there probably later in the season, like August, maybe September.
All right.
I said that already. Oh, listen, and by the way, since you brought that up, I know you're an angler.
So they call me.
There's there's been some stuff on Facebook lately about this tournament being canceled, or fishing tournament being canceled, or whatever. And I'm not familiar with. You may be familiar with some of those. I'm not familiar with some of those. There is a movement, okay, nationwide. This is not just Winchester, but nationwide. As you guys know, we live in a litigious society, quite litigious. And so there's been so many major lawsuits with, boating accidents at fishing tournaments and all of these kinds of things. And so the Bassmaster folks came and spoke to the council several weeks ago and basically said, you guys need to up your limits on your insurance. And if you don't start requiring the folks that put on these tournaments to have insurance, then you're just opening yourselves up, and these folks are opening themselves up. And so the council made a wise decision to up those limits. And so again, I don't know all of the tournaments that go on. I don't know which ones are put on by the Bass Club and which ones are put on by somebody else, and I'm not in that world. You may know that, I don't. But listen, I guess the word is, if you're a group that puts on those tournaments, you need to go ahead and officialize. You need to get an LLC status or whatever. You need to get insurance. You need to cover yourself and your folks and the folks who are allowing you to put the tournament on.
And it's tough because, we get it. A lot of these organizations are, member-run organizations, smaller organizations, and all that type of thing. But, Captain Jake Davis is an advocate for this. I know that guys in and around
Jake's the one who was signing he was sounding the alarm. I mean, he's
exactly. And guys in and around the bass fishing world are alert about it, are aware of it. There was an angler in a pro tournament. I believe it was maybe a year ago or so.
Was this in Alabama?
Yeah,
I heard about that.
And he was looking down at his, they put those big screens on their thing, those devices, and he's driving down the lake looking at his device, and literally ran right through the center of a boat with 3 or 4 people on it.
Wow.
It killed a couple of them, and that's the thing, is that if you don't have the insurance on it, it's not just from a lawsuit standpoint, it's not just the individual, it's not just the tournament organizers, it's the city, it's the county, it's basically everybody.
It's everybody.
So anybody involved, and
it's just not smart nowadays not to have the coverage that you need,
And you can complain about it, but here's the thing: is it's not fair to taxpayers, it's not fair to the leadership, it's not fair to everything that we do to make progress, and everybody rowing in the same direction. Yes, it's not your fault if something bad happens per se. It's maybe the individual is at fault, but from a responsibility standpoint, is it fair for that responsibility to fall on basically everyone from the community to have to clean
the
up?
Taxpayers.
Yeah,
that's a good way to put it.
And so it may not seem fair, but ultimately, if you want to put one of those events on, I'm all for it.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't, and this is in any kind of case.
And it's going beyond fishing too, guys.
Right.
I mean, unfortunately,
it's everything.
When you live in a society where everything is litigious, you just have to make decisions that are best for everybody. And so it's kind of sports in general, really, is what it boils down to.
Yeah. All right, we'll get a quick break in here. Chris Lambert says liability insurance for sure. As a food vendor, we have every event we have attended listed on our liability insurance for dates and events to cover our butts in the event. That's a food vendor,
right? Yeah,
making hoagies,
right,
which are delicious.
And he's gonna say there's a lot of liability there,
Yeah, God forbid something happens. Anyway, all right, we'll be back on the other side to wrap it up with the mayor. It is the starting lineup Therapy Thursday here on ESPN Radio, 1340, 106.9.
WCDT Winchester.
Powerball. The chase to $1 million is on.
Finalists, are you ready?
Don't miss your chance to collect cash prizes on your way to an all-new destination where you could take home $1 million.
Insane! The winner is contestant number 2!
I can't believe it.
The official lottery game of NASCAR is back for the chase.
Enter at TNVIPrewards.com between May 1st and August 1st for your chance to win.
Got a project to tackle or a party to plan? Skip the stress and rent it instead at Reliable Rental in Winchester. From tools and heavy-duty machines to chairs, tables, and event essentials, they've got what you need to get the job done right. Whether it's work or a weekend celebration, Reliable Rental makes it easy. Stop by 2433 Deckard Boulevard in Winchester, or check out everything they offer online at ReliableRentalFC.com. Reliable Rental. When you need it, they've got it.
It's time for a local news break from the 931 Go News Center.
Franklin County Schools has announced that longtime educator Daniel Wiggs will serve as the new director of the Franklin County Alternative School. Mr. Wiggs brings nearly 28 years of classroom teaching, coaching, and student mentorship experience within the district to his new leadership role. Since joining Franklin County Schools in August of 1998, he has served students at multiple levels, including as an elementary teacher at Clark Memorial and Rock Creek Elementary, and as a math teacher at South Middle School. His background also includes previous service inside the alternative school itself, where he worked directly with the same student population he will now lead. District officials say that familiarity will provide continuity and stability as he transitions into administration. Beyond the classroom, Wiggs spent nearly 2 decades coaching in the district from 2003 through 2022. He held both head and assistant coaching roles in baseball, softball, basketball, football, and golf at Huntland High School, South Middle School, and Franklin County High School. Leaders say those experiences helped him build structure, accountability, and positive relationship with students both on and off the field. Incoming Director of Schools, Dr. Roger Alsop, praised the appointment, saying Wiggs' deep community roots and wide-ranging experience make him an ideal fit to lead the alternative school. Alsop said Wiggs understands the importance of clear expectations, consistent behavioral support, and strong communication with families. In his new role, he will focus on providing structured learning environments, implementing responsive curriculum strategies, and working closely with parents to support student growth and success. In other local news, the Winchester Police Department is thanking the community for helping identify a suspect involved in a recent vandalism case. Police say the individual who shattered a cooler door at a local business last week has now been identified. For more details on these stories and more, visit 931go.com. Stay informed and stay connected to your community with ESPN Radio Winchester.
This is Daryl from Columbus, previously from the Paul Feinbaum Show.
Check in scissor hands. I'm the wrong guy to ask, but what's the secret to a good haircut?
A good haircut makes you feel confident. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you know, when you get that haircut, you're going to walk out that barbershop, you're going to look in the mirror, and you're going to be like, yeah, that's it. And you're going to tip the barber.
The Paul Feinbaum Show, weekdays at 3 Eastern on the ESPN app and on the SEC Network.
You're listening to the starting lineup, fueled by Loco Coffee, on ESPN Radio 1340, 1069, WCDT, Winchester.
Back here on the starting lineup, I am self-important alongside Chewy and Mayor Sean Crabtree.
I didn't deny it. Just to let you know. You notice I didn't say no.
Oh, man. At least I'm also self-aware.
Okay, that's better.
and modest all at the same time.
Totally. So, brother, what else you got going on? My girl. Yeah, she's around or something. What else you got going on aside from our retro roads?
Well, let's see. We got so much happening.
What about the
renovation of the down?
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, what about the 4th of July thing?
Oh, listen, I'm excited about that. That's going to be super fun. I think you're going to see a big show. You guys are covering that, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm anxious for that. I think we got to get together on that a little bit later. Yeah, it's going to be a big show. Definitely everybody needs to plan to attend on the land or on the water. We'll talk more about that as we get to it.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else was I going to talk about?
The renovation.
Yeah, we got the renovation. Hopefully, you're going to see some action on that. Hopefully by year end. We got this multimodal grant, which is I think from 5th Avenue to 1st Avenue on North High. That's going to put us in a position where at least that portion through grants and all from state, that's going to put us in a position to be ADA compliant on those sidewalks. So you'll see those poles moved. You'll see the sidewalks widened. You'll see all sorts of things like that. I'd like to see ultimately that, the electricity be underground right there.
Right.
That may prove to be a little more difficult. That might be just on my wish list, but certainly I'd like to see that happen. Can you imagine coming up North High from the city park and all those wires are gone? Holy smokes, can you imagine that?
I can't imagine.
And a wide sidewalk.
I imagine it every time I drive up that road.
I was running not too long ago, and I was thinking about something while I was running, and I swear, Chewy, I came within 6 inches of smacking right into a telephone pole.
Yeah,
I mean,
you got to watch out for it.
Seriously.
Christy was running on the road, and she stepped in like a hole. Like one of those the water things or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I guess cap, somebody knocked the cap off of it or something like that. Now here's my only concern about what you just said. You said it's through 5th Avenue?
Yeah.
You can't push it over one more street. It literally stops like a house before mine.
Stop right before you. Huh?
Brutal.
Yeah.
Okay. But that is exciting.
Yeah, and when I think we've talked about this before. I mean, when things are grant based, you have hoops you have to jump through and all of that, and so it'll be in phases, and it's not going to happen quick. But like most things, it doesn't happen quick. But I'm excited for it nonetheless.
Gives us something to always look forward to.
Yeah. Hey, are you guys keeping up with what's going on in California?
What? Oh, are you talking about the voting?
Yeah. What do y'all ever talk about that?
A little, well, not really on the show, but I keep up with it a little bit.
I'd love to know, like, if you went outside of California, I wonder how many folks. I mean, how often have you seen a local mayor's race get national attention, right? And Spencer Pratt is doing that. I wonder how many. I think the latest stats I heard this morning is slowly he's going to be knocked out of second place.
Right,
is kind of where that's headed, and Rahman's going to take his place, and there's going to be a runoff between the current mayor Bass and this other person Rahman. But I wonder outside of California, I wonder how many people are rooting for Spencer Pratt.
I have heard from, and I used to date a girl who was from California. My sister lives in California, and I have heard that there are pockets in California that are as Republican as you, and it's one of those things where it's very much like a lot of the rest of the country. Is you'll have certain metro areas that just dominate, but there are more Republicans out there than you'd think. You just think of California, and you're like, oh man, they're all weird, but it's not like that.
Well,
they're
let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, there are pockets, but their whole voting process is so weird.
Yeah,
like they send out ballots by mail.
Yeah,
they send ballots out by mail. Now think about that. If you've got I don't know anything about California in terms of their rental population, but let's say they've got a 30%, 20%, whatever the number is, 40% rental population. Okay, and you've got an apartment complex that has changed hands 3 times. You might have 4 ballots mailed to this address, and none of those people live there.
Yeah.
Dang.
Seriously.
Well, and that I think that the number that you gave as far as rental population is probably small because I don't know anybody that can afford owning a home in California.
Well, that's a good point. But think about that. And so basically the mail-in ballots are still coming in, and like they're saying days and days later. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's goofy.
It's interesting. I don't know how you track all that. If you can't even figure out, which person lives at the address, how do you figure out which one of these ballots to take?
It's nuts, man. I don't know. That just seems like I don't know. That seems silly.
Makes me feel happy that I'm here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and I tell people too. You know, there's a lot of people who move into the area that are moving here by choice. You know, and that's not always a bad thing just because they're not from here or they're from somewhere else. You know, maybe they want to live here because they want to be a part of this lifestyle that we've got that is so wonderful.
I think that's true more often than not.
Yeah.
I really do. Yeah.
Because you, like me, I wouldn't willfully move to like California if I don't believe in the lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't put yourself in that kind of position. So why would you do it the other way around necessarily? I don't know.
No, it's a good point.
And I'm sure that there's a bunch of people that are like pissed at me now, but it's just, you know, I'm throwing it out there.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Well, from a political standpoint.
Oh,
people who like don't get into politics.
Do you get that a lot?
No, we try to avoid. I mean, we have a lot of fun on the show. We don't take anything too seriously, so we try to avoid sometimes, you know, choosing sides either way. Which Chewy and I, we have an interesting dynamic. I recommend you vote for him for Supreme Galactic Emperor. I wore a shirt yesterday on the show that said that.
Supreme Galactic Emperor.
I was thinking about running as some position in Franklin County once, and then I would run on the platform of when I get there, I will be reorganizing the local government into the first galactic empire because no one else has laid charter to the rest of the stars. I mean, we might as well get ahead of it. I mean, there's no technology to do it now, but I'd rather have that written down.
And here's what I appreciate about
That's
that.
Chewy, the great thinker.
This is what I
There's
appreciate.
the new T-shirt.
This is what I appreciate about that, though, is that he's got a plan. It's not just like, you know, hey, here's my platform, but I don't really have anything, you know, behind it to back it up. He's got a plan.
He's got a plan.
The thing he's got to be careful of is, unfortunately, you know, our voting numbers are so low. He might accidentally win.
Yeah, that's why I didn't do it because I didn't
take
want
like
5
7 people to write it.
Yeah,
anyways.
Yeah.
No, it's an interesting platform. I don't think I've ever heard intergalactic control.
Yeah.
I mean, if Elon's gonna
Gotta
be
start
shooting for
somewhere.
the stars, me too. You know, it's like I don't know why not. What's the difference between me and Elon? What, $100 million bajillion dollars? I don't need that. You know,
Pretty sure that number was made up.
No, it's a good point. It's a good point. man.
You're telling me that his bank account isn't made up? I'm just gonna say that right now. You get a number that big, you're just joking.
Yeah, I don't know if those numbers actually really mean anything. What
Right,
if you, like,
it doesn't mean anything. So why don't we do? Yeah, I am the emperor of space.
What if you
fight me on it?
What if you walked into like a restaurant and his card didn't work or something like that? That'd be the most frustrating thing.
That'd be embarrassing.
Yeah. Do you know who I am? All right. So, Mayor, this summer we talked about some of the things that are coming up, some of the things that are going on. But what is the one thing that you're really looking forward to? Maybe participating in something that is not maybe city related that you're looking forward to down the road, or some of the other things that are just out there. You're involved in so much. You see so much. Is that an uncomfortable, weird question?
No, it's not. No, I think it's something I'm looking forward to participating in. I don't know if I'm looking forward to it, but the second annual Winchester Lakeside Triathlon is coming up in September, and I am. I don't know, guys.
I was hoping you canceled that.
I think it's
Not
the
really.
weather, man. I mean, when I get up and it's the first week of June and it's 50 degrees. I don't know. It doesn't excite me about getting on the bike or running. Now, when I get up and it's 75, and I'm thinking, wow, I get out there, I can sweat. I enjoy that.
Okay.
You're
trying to go out there and sweat.
So I'm going around the world to say I haven't started my all out training yet, but I gotta get it going, man. It's gonna be late September too. I think it's September 19th is the Winchester Lakeside Triathlon. So everybody listening. If you've never done a triathlon, you got plenty of time, and you can do the Olympic, or you can do the little sprint on the front end. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, and we're expecting a lot of folks coming in this time. So I don't know. I'm gonna be. Let's see. I'm 58, and so I gotta. It's becoming more difficult to psych myself out for these things.
Yeah.
I got to do something different. Maybe I got to do some nutty thing like
skydiving.
Or maybe a 100-mile marathon. I don't know, something crazy. I gotta do something nutty to get me fired back up.
We do like a charity thing where every mile, like people can commit $1 or
per mile,
something per mile, and
Yeah.
just see how many miles you can go before you like fall out. Not like permanently, just.
I tell you what, I've never done one of these Ragnar relays. Have you?
No.
Heard about that? You know what
Well,
that
I've
is?
seen the logo for it.
Yeah,
it's a cool
so
logo.
They run from like Chattanooga to Nashville.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
and it's a relay, and so you got like I don't know, like 5 dudes in a van, and you start like on a Friday or something, and everybody runs 10 or 12 miles, and they rotate 10 or 12 miles, and they rotate, and they do this all night long, all weekend long.
Wow!
And then they go to Nashville. That's my understanding. Somebody out there listening may know more about the details, but that's my understanding. That'd be kind of crazy.
Yeah,
that'd
I'm
be
exhausted hearing about it.
That'd be nuts.
I need to not overcommit to participating in the Winchester Lakeside. Chewy just watched me eat a full sleeve of Oreos yesterday, so there's that. I've started my training. I'm working on my buoyancy.
Chewy and I were talking about that earlier. He said, I'm really afraid that Joe's overcommitting. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Joe, he overcommits.
I do.
I'd like to. I'm just saying, if you do the triathlon this year, I'm still on record. I will be on a tube in that lake waiting for you. To by.
That's the only part that freaks me out is the swimming.
Really?
If you did the sprint, though, it's like don't hold me to this. I think it's 1,200 yards. It's 1,200 yards.
That I could do.
12 football fields.
That I could do. But the mile is what freaks me out.
So I think it's 1,200 yards, and then it's maybe like 15 or 12 miles on the bike, and then it's like a 5K.
Yeah, I could do that. I might do that.
I like how you said it. Just a 5K. At the end of it is like, and when I was like, man, we gotta I don't even think I'd be able to do 3.
No, you could.
I think you could do 1.
Joe, you could do that now. This is June, so you got the rest of June, you got all of July, you got all of August, and you got most of September. It's not a big deal. You got plenty of time.
Yeah.
And it would give you a reason to get out.
I need a reason to get back and attack it because I've been slacking here as of late. Registration for that open? Or is it coming soon? It is.
Yes, it's open for the Winchester Lakeside Triathlon. Go to runsignup.com. Runsignup.com.
I'll find it and share it over to our Facebook page.
Oh, thank you very much.
Mayor, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thanks, guys, for letting me interrupt your morning. I appreciate it.
No.
Always have a good time.
All right, brother.
Thanks.
See you soon.
See you guys.
I like how Chewy, he thinks that he interrupts our morning.
I know.
This is why we do the show.
Right.
Get to talk to people like him. All right, we'll be back on the other side to wrap up hour number 1. It is the starting lineup on a Therapy Thursday, ESPN Radio 1340, 106.9, WCDT Winchester.
One thing has never changed in Winchester, Tennessee. Hall Furniture has been there through it all. 3 generations, decades of trust, and the commitment to quality, value, and service that still comes first today. As we celebrate over 75 years in business, we want to say thank you to our loyal customers, our community, and to everyone who has made Hall Furniture a Winchester tradition. Hall Furniture. Here's to another 75 years of helping you make a house feel like home.
Why choose More Courtney Funeral Home? Well, they're a 5th-generation funeral home taking care of the people of Franklin County since 1905. They're committed to serving you, dedicated to providing personalized, professional, and compassionate service to help lighten your burden and help you out during these difficult times. More Courtney Funeral Home, 300 First Avenue Northwest in Winchester, 967-2222. More Courtney Funeral Home.
Got a project to tackle or a party to plan? Skip the stress and rent it instead at Reliable Rental in Winchester. From tools and heavy-duty machines to chairs, tables, and event essentials, they've got what you need to get the job done right. Whether it's work or a weekend celebration, Reliable Rental makes it easy. Stop by 2433 Deckard Boulevard in Winchester or check out everything they offer online at ReliableRentalFC.com. Reliable Rental. When you need it, they've got it.
The future of healthcare starts here. The Southern Tennessee Regional Health System, Winchester and Swanee, are joining the High Point Health System with Ascension St. Thomas, a health network serving communities across the state. We're working together to expand access, improve clinical quality, and keep you close to home throughout your care journey. Your favorite providers aren't going anywhere. It's the same care you know and trust, now with a new name. High Point Health with Ascension St. Thomas. Learn more at highpointhealthsystem.com.
Farmers, gardeners, and homeowners. Franklin Farmers Co-op in Winchester is your one-stop shop. From top quality feed and seed to fencing, equipment, and even pet supplies. We have everything you need to keep your farm or home running smoothly. Our knowledgeable team is here to help you every step of the way. Stop by Franklin Farmers Co-op, conveniently located at 2229 Deckard Boulevard, or give us a call at 931-967-5511. Franklin Farmers Co-op, rooted in your success, growing with your community.
There was an outline for today's show, but it didn't survive the opening segment. Back to Joe and Chewy on the starting lineup right here on ESPN Radio 1340 1069 WCDT Winchester.
Back here on the starting lineup, ESPN Radio 1340 1069 WCDT Winchester. Thank you to Winchester City Mayor Sean Crabtree for coming in and joining us this Thursday morning. In hour number 2, we will be joined by Miss Felicia Kelsey. I'm not sure if Eric's going to be with her as well from the Prevention Coalition, but they're coming over here, at least Miss Felicia is, I believe, to promote the upcoming Badges and Bobbers event. And I'm excited for that. That is going to involve young children coming up on June 12th. So you're going to want to learn more about that. If you're looking for something to do with the kids, that is going to be over at Morris Ferry Boat Ramp, and that's a really fun summer thing to do.
Positive interaction with first responders, learning how to do some stuff.
So much.
You're going to learn about that very soon.
Yeah. So stay tuned for that in hour number 2. Chewy, one of the other things that we might have a chance to get into today on the show is I flipped on Jaws yesterday on the TV in the studio. And for people who don't know, I've got a TV like right above my work area in our office. And what I'll do is I'll flip it on movies that I've seen like a bazillion times, like Indiana Jones or Star Wars or Jaws or something like that. Ones that I don't necessarily have to watch, and I can hear it and be like quoting it and working as I'm. And we just kind of like we'll laugh at different things or we'll marvel at different shots. Like yesterday, we were, oh, what a shot! That's such a great Spielberg shot.
Yeah,
great moment. But what it got me to thinking of is like, what kind of and we've seen this a lot in Hollywood here as of late, where Hollywood's decided every villain now gets like a redemption arc or an origin story or something like that. What it got me thinking is, like, what other villains out there that story has not been told yet, but it could be there. There could be something lying underneath the surface. Excuse the Jaws pun. But, like, maybe Jaws wasn't evil. Maybe he was just, like, an environmental activist. Maybe his poor family got, murdered because of all the trash and nastiness in the ocean. Or maybe they got caught, and he was just on a revenge arc because his wife, he was trying to get his wife back or something.
Maybe he's just a hungry guy. He just need a little snack.
Or maybe that's why the second shark from Jaws 2 came back. Was like, you killed my husband. I'm coming for you. I don't know.
And then the conscious shark of number 3, and yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, well, Jaws lore gets weird after a while.
It does. They took it. That's one of those where it kind of jumped the shark, so to speak. Dude, I'm just all over today.
No, but you are right though, 100%. That's actually not a bad pun.
Well,
but
so I started down that road though, and it got me to thinking. Like Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers. Think about you've got impressionable young teenagers with a father figure type who really takes advantage of their naivete.
Yeah, and their powers.
Sets them, and their powers, and sets them on a mission for their own personal, like think about it. What if Shredder wasn't a bad guy, right? What if Shredder was coming after Splinter because of what Splinter did to him?
Wow.
And 2, you've got a human and a giant rat. Like
who are we trusting here?
Right.
Yeah.
Mutant or human. So I'm just throwing that out there. And again, to Shredder's credit, he didn't use young impressionable teens. He did in the movie. But in the TV show, the Foot Clan was just like robots.
I'll be honest with you, I would not mind a very serious Shredder origin story of him in Japan, learning stuff and setting up part of a criminal organization and stuff, but using martial arts. That would be kind of sick.
That would be cool. And then Zordon is basically running a child soldier program. I mean, there's that. So. I think it's time to reconsider some of these things.
All right.
We might do that in hour number 2 if we get time. It is the starting lineup on a Therapy Thursday. We're going to mess with your brains. We'll stick our pinky finger in there and swirl it around a little bit.
Okay.
When we come back. ESPN Radio 1340 1069 WCDT Winchester.
The starting lineup with Joe and Chewy is presented by Loco in Winchester. Right here in Winchester, Loco is doing things their own way. From locally roasted Loco coffee to a one-of-a-kind shop experience. It's a place that's built for the Franklin County community. So if you haven't stopped by yet, now's the time. Support local. Drink Loco coffee, fueling Franklin County mornings. Roasted right here in Franklin County. And don't forget to tune into the starting lineup, weekdays from 7 to 9.
Stimulant misuse can take many forms. It may involve abusing methamphetamine or prescribed ADHD medication. Both carry real risks when not used safely or under medical supervision. Prevention starts with education and open communication. The Franklin County Prevention Coalition provides tools and local resources to help families make informed decisions. When we stay proactive, we are stronger together, and we are stronger without it. Learn more at fcpct.org. This project is funded under a grant contract with the Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services.
Attention golfers, businesses, and Franklin County football fans. The inaugural Franklin County Quarterback Club Classic is coming Monday, June 15th to Bear Trace at Tim's Ford. Grab 3 friends and enter your team or promote your business with a sponsorship package. We'll have great golf, prizes, giveaways, food, a long drive and closest to the pin contests, and more. So help us launch this new tradition while supporting Franklin County football. Team and sponsor spots are limited, so sign up today.
No 2 patients are alike. High Point Health with Ascension St. Thomas delivers care centered around your health, your goals, your story, your recovery. From routine checkups to critical procedures, we use today's medical technology and advanced clinical practices to help you feel better, recover faster, and return home to the community you love. We don't just specialize in care, we specialize in you. Learn more at highpointhealthsystem.com.
You shouldn't have to choose between quality and price. And with Flagship Lawn Services, you get both, plus the Flagship Finish Guarantee. That means every job is done right, or they'll make it right. No shortcuts, no hassle. Just a yard that looks the way it should. From weekly mowing to full spring cleanups, they've got you covered. Call or text Flagship Lawn Services today at 239-849-4033 and get the best value for your yard this season.
Why choose more Courtney Funeral Home? Well, they're a 5th-generation funeral home taking care of the people of Franklin County since 1905. They're committed to serving you. dedicated to providing personalized, professional, and compassionate service to help lighten your burden and help you out during these difficult times. More Courtney Funeral
You're
Home,
listening to
300
ESPN
First
Radio
Avenue
1340
Northwest in
AM
Winchester,
WCDT and 106.9 FM W295
Funeral Home.
AV Winchester, serving Franklin County for over 7. Broadcasting live from the ESPN Radio Winchester studio, it's the starting lineup. Now, here are your hosts, Joe Abraham and Chewy.
Back here on the starting lineup, ESPN Radio 1340, 1069 WCDT Winchester. It is a Thursday, June 4th. And, you know, Chewy, we've got our little calendar here that's got every holiday known to man.
Yeah.
Today is one of, like, probably 3 days out of the entire year where there's nothing. So we could call it, like, National Chewy Day if you want.
Nah, we'll save it for a more like a cooler number. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And besides, this is summertime. It's not my, it's not my
true.
vibe.
That's true. All right.
But I appreciate it though. I'll keep
I'm
that
waiting
offer
for you
on
to
the
throw
table.
out National Joe Day.
We could do a national starting lineup day. That would be kind of fun.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Could be National Prevention Coalition Day.
Good segue, yeah. Good segue.
Speaking of, in studio with us, we've got a full lineup. Miss Felicia Kelsey and Eric Smith of the Prevention Coalition. And I'll let you guys introduce your special guest that you've brought with you this morning. But you guys have an event coming up, and that's why you're in studio this morning. Some people may have heard about the Badges and Bobbers event. Some people may not have. And so tell us a little bit about who you brought with you and what you guys have coming up.
So we brought a special guest. I don't know that he needs any introduction in the county.
I was going to say a lot of people probably know Chuck, but
yeah. So Investigator Chuck Steins, and he's also the county fire chief. So he's in a dual role today with us because everybody wanted our event to be called Cops and Bobbers, but we wanted to call it Badges and Bobbers because we want to be inclusive of the firemen and TWRA and a lot FOP, lots of different ambulance, EMS. So a lot of these organizations we work with. So Chuck is working with us through the Sheriff's Department. He and investigator Joseph Wilhelm and also Daniel Wiseman has been helping on this project. So what it is we are going to have a free fishing event for families in Franklin County on June 12th from 3 to 7 out at Morris Ferry Boat Dock. Doesn't matter if people are used to fishing or not. We're going to have everything you need there. You just need to show up.
oh, so you're going to have rods and everything.
Everything.
Rods, reels, worms, bobbers, tackle boxes.
Swing that microphone over towards you. So you said rods, reels, tackle boxes, basically everything you need.
Everything you need. You do not have to bring anything with you to show up. We're going to feed you. We're going to have your rods and reels, and then right now at least the first 100 kids will get to take home a fishing pole, a tackle box, a shirt, and plus get fed, plus some other great prizes that we've got.
That's tremendous. Okay, so my question for you is who is this event designed for? Because I got a big kid sitting to my right over here in Chewy. What age group, though, are you trying to reach?
We're looking at school-age children.
Sorry, Chewy.
But, of course...
I'll be fine.
But we'll take Chewy.
Yeah, we'll take Chewy any day. I actually had a favor I was going to ask Chewy. But definitely whole family event.
Yeah.
Camp Thrive is an initiative through my grant, the Drug Endangered Children's Grant, and that's under the TBI. And what that is looking like more... We've tried to do a lot of family engagement events through Camp Thrive, but now we're looking at events that impact the community also. Because when you think of drug endangered children, we know that that's all children.
And to reiterate on that, something we left out, we're going to have some drawings and door prizes. If you are a parent or a guardian or an adult that brings a child to fish, we're going to have some great door prizes that you can enter for. things that stand out, Yeti cooler. We have a pillow that Hall Furniture donated that's valued at like $200.
Wow.
We've got like some case pocket knives, things like that. Some pretty nice stuff. Some Sitka hunting and fishing gear. So
Nice.
some real nice things for you that encourage the adults and guardians to bring kids out too.
A backstage pond,
Yeah, go ahead.
gift certificate.
Yeah, very cool. So it's not necessarily just an event for the kids. It's really what it sounds like is a great opportunity for parents and guardians to take some youth out and just kind of have fun fellowship with them and enjoy the day, that type of thing. And Chewy mentioned this earlier. It's a great opportunity for young people, really the entire community, to be exposed to the men and women behind the badge.
Absolutely.
In a positive way.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of it, to break the stigmatism that, yes, we have to deal with bad things and we show up when bad things happen, but we're there to be, we're friends.
Yeah.
We are community helpers. We're there to take care of you. We are a trusted person that you can come to.
Yeah. Is this something that families need to register for up front, or is this something they can just show up for?
We'll have a registration table at the event. Just show up. Come a little bit early, but we've gave a pretty good open window for time. We know 3's a little early on a Friday evening, but that's okay. Come on out whenever you can. When you get off work, bring your family. But no pre-registration, no requirements, really, just open to any family in Franklin County.
And that it's a free fishing day. So to come to this event, you do not have to have a fishing license. You can come down and enjoy it. So if you want to just try your hand at fishing and don't want to go buy the stuff,
Right.
don't want to buy the license, hey, come try it.
That's so cool. What made you guys choose fishing and outdoors and all that for this kind of youth event?
Well, I have a counterpart in Lawrence County, Nicole Miller, and she does the same role I do there. And she started out and just did it with her SROs and called it Cops and Bobbers.
Yeah.
And you know me, I have so many different community partners at the table, and I thought, I want to go a little bigger. So about 2 years ago, I started really thinking about it and just wasn't able to get it going. And then I thought, we can make this happen.
Yeah.
And I love the outdoors. My husband and I, we spend a lot of time in the mountains, hiking and fishing. And, I mean, when you take my passion for children and then the outdoors and be able to combine them, to me, that's just great. And there's a lot of individuals that don't know that much about the outdoors.
Yeah.
Just never were exposed to it.
Yeah.
So it's a great way for anybody, aunt, uncle, single mom, whoever, to bring children out and let's get them into into nature. A TWRA, I tell you, every time they were at the office yesterday meeting with us about this event, every time they come, I love to hear what they've got to say. And they're telling us about different wildlife spottings throughout the county. Just bring in a whole new aspect to children. There's so much to learn from the outdoors.
And they're going to be there. So if you have a question, hunting, fishing, outdoors type question, they're going to be there, and several other representatives with TWRA or the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency. So, hey, come out, and it's kind of a no pressure, and they're not there checking fishing license or anything.
Right.
They're there to be involved in the community and come out and pick their brains a little bit and see what they got.
There again, reducing that stigma.
Yeah.
Letting children know this is what a game warden looks like. Right. This is to see that fun side. It's very important to build those protective, positive relationships.
Right. And how does something like this event, whether it be through the relationships with the badges, whether it be through the relationships with the folks over at the Prevention Coalition, but how does it connect back to the overall mission of the Prevention Coalition?
Well, you think about protective factors, and I use the example a lot of putting a fortress around your children or young people. And anytime they have positive interactions, they have other things to do, you're increasing the likelihood that they will use substances. And it's known and proven. And that's our mission.
Right. And I've heard Felicia tell it, and it's kind of strange at first, but you listen to who is a drug-endangered child in our community. And every child, if you think about it, every child is drug endangered because you don't know what's going on or where it's going to be.
Right.
Unfortunately, law enforcement tries our best to do what we can, but anybody could be subject to it, and you never know, the way, just the trends and the way it goes. So it's everybody. That's who we're trying to reach, is everybody.
I think that it's interesting because we talk about that some here on the show, but there's, what is it, the 7 degrees of separation where everybody in the whole world is basically separated by 7 degrees. Regardless of whether or not you have a single substance in your house, your kid is at least or at most 1 degree away. at most from something like that, and they go over to a friend's house, or they're just hanging out with their friends, or again, even at school, you don't know what another kid is going to bring with them, or that type of thing. So even if you didn't have any substances in your house whatsoever, not even a Tylenol, they're still that close to everything. And so it is important, and when you consider an event like this and how it connects to prevention, it really makes you consider the overall meaning of prevention. How would you say, Miss Felicia, that you would describe, because you kind of touched on it a little bit there, but how would you describe the overall the prevention word, the prevention mission for these youth in this community? What does prevention really mean?
It's education. I mean, it's getting out and letting them know that these substances are available, but you really don't want to try them, and here's why.
Yeah.
When you talk a little bit about our mission is to educate the whole community, and Eric can talk more about his vision for the coalition. But what was so beautiful when Eric became our director, and we have such great support in this county. The county mayor supports us, and then the school system. And through that vision, you're looking at infancy all the way to seniors, and us going in and educating. But for the youth, we are getting heavily involved in the school system, more than we've ever been, to get in there, to build those protective factors, to educate them, and to just make that relationship that they know who the safe people are that they can come to. What else, Eric? I'm leaving out something, I'm sure.
I think the ultimate goal in prevention is to give someone the knowledge and the education to make a healthy choice in whatever aspect of their life it is. And that goes from infancy to senior citizen. Your whole life you're making decisions. And if you can make the healthiest choice that you can, then you're going to have a positive outcome from it.
Yeah, and you've got, simple events like this within our community that can really make a difference. And you probably have parents out there who are like, well, my kid doesn't fish, or I don't fish, or this is probably not for us. But what would you say to parents who either they're kind of in that mental state here, or they've got kids that they don't think would be interested, but why it's important for really as many young people and their families to get out there and participate in this? We've kind of already touched on it a little bit, but regardless of whether they like or enjoy or have even ever been fishing, it's not even about catching the fish.
No, it's not. It's about the opportunity of engagement.
Yeah.
It gives the citizens the opportunity to engage with a lot of first responders. A lot of information could be gathered. A lot of fun times between the guardians and the police officers and the EMS and the fire department to be able to interact with these children in a positive manner. And what's more relaxing than fishing or trying to fish?
There you go. I always say the worst day of fishing is better than the best day of work.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my personal point. But I fish a lot, so that's me. Okay, real quick before we hit the break. How can churches, schools, businesses, families get involved in maybe this event for the Prevention Coalition, or just get involved in the Prevention Coalition, period?
Reach out to us, whether it's through, if you want to just give us a call at 931-800-9112, or visit our website. We have a great website. Melanie DeBose works really hard on keeping that up to date. Reach out to us through that at www.scpctn.org. Or just tell us, email us, say, here's what we need from you, because there's not a time. We've been meeting with a lot of principals already in the last couple of weeks, and there's not a time that we don't sit down with anybody. We were over at Estile's Lions Club the other night. My biggest thing is, and Eric's too, what can we do for you? What does your school need? That looks different across our county. That's the beauty of our county, and we emphasize so much the beauty of this county, but it's also unique. Every school system's unique.
Yeah.
Every business is unique, but I promise you there is a place that we can plug prevention into your business or your school.
Well,
And back to this event real quick. You were talking about church groups. Get a group together this Sunday at church or whatever, and you got kids coming. Bring your church van. Load your church van up and bring them down to us and feed them, get them free stuff, and enjoy the day and help with that. Just come out and enjoy it. That's the thing. Load your church van up. Come to us.
That's what we want.
Yeah. Well, we heard from Miss Felicia there a second ago about how it looks different in the different communities and for different individuals. We'll talk more about that when we come back. It is the starting lineup. You're tuned in to ESPN Radio 1340 1069 WCDT Winchester.
The Tennessee Lifeline Peer Project connects individuals and families to addiction recovery resources right here in Franklin County and across our region. From treatment referrals and 12-step meetings to education and ongoing support. Because recovery happens when we're stronger together, and life truly is stronger without it. Learn more at fcpctn.org/TNLifeline or call 931-464-0725. Funded under a grant contract with the Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services. Looking for a reliable car at an affordable price? Stop by Money Down Motors here in Decker. We specialize in quality pre-owned vehicles with low down payments and flexible financing options. No matter your credit history, drive away today with a car you'll love and a payment plan that works for you. Visit us at 1945 Deckard Boulevard or call 931-962-3404 for more info. At Money Down Motors LLC, your ride is waiting.
From the 931 Go Weather Center, it's time for an ESPN Radio Winchester weather update, presented by Pennett's Pharmacy.
Looking forward to an absolutely beautiful day headed your way. Bright and sunny at around 82 degrees this afternoon. And got some calm winds coming in from the southeast at only 5 miles per hour to keep you nice and cool on this absolutely beautiful day. Stay tuned to ESPN Radio Winchester for all of your wonderful weather updates.
Looking for more than just prescriptions? Bennett's Pharmacy in Winchester has it all. Grab a bite from our menu, browse our boutique for one-of-a-kind finds, and sip on a Bloody Marty that's worth talking about, all in one stop. Located at 1201 Dinah Shore Boulevard, Bennett's Pharmacy is your unexpected destination for great food, fun shopping, and so much more. Call us at 931-967-2777 or come see what everyone's raving about.
Tune into the starting lineup on the FMO Facebook feed. Just go to Facebook.com/ESPN Winchester. Now, back to Joe and Chewy.
Back here on the starting lineup, ESPN Radio 1340 1069 WCDT Winchester. It is a Therapy Thursday, and what's more therapeutic than getting out on the water and fishing a little bit? And we've got Eric Smith, Chuck Steins, and Felicia Kelsey in studio with us this morning talking about the Badges and Bobbers event that is coming up on June 12th. Again, that is going to be from 3 to 7 p.m. over at the Morris Ferry Boat Ramp. And one of the things that I love about this event is that, again, you don't need your own rod and reel and bait or equipment or anything like that. And it's a really cool opportunity to get in front of some kids and their families that, regardless of whether they've ever had this type of, this may be the first opportunity that they've really ever had to have a fishing experience. Maybe it's not something that their family does, but you're going to be able to do it with you got police officers are going to be out there, the TWRA is going to be out there, the fire department's going to be out there, along with the Prevention Coalition. And to me, it's one of those perfect settings to have conversations with people. They've got their guard down a little bit, and you can have really kind of trusted and open conversations and make connections with people. And again, everything we do in this community, regardless of what business you're in, I believe goes back to relationships, and that's what you guys are creating here.
Absolutely. You talk about that. We can go to events all day long and set up our table set up and put out that nice tablecloth. And I tend to try to dress business-like, but, a lot of times that turns off individuals from having real conversations. So we find that when we are out at events like this and in a T-shirt and a pair of jeans and don't have those table setups, you can have some real conversation.
Yeah. So you guys, putting this event on is probably not a easy thing to do. It's probably not something that the rods and reels just show up on their own, I'm sure. And Miss Felicia, you've mentioned your community partners and stuff, but I'm sure that there's a lot of individuals, a lot of businesses, a lot of sponsors that have gone into helping make this thing possible.
Absolutely. I said this thing's 2 years in the making. Well, I just, finally said I'm going to have some more help. And of course, the sheriff has been so great to allow his department to help us. And they are helping us with so many things, and we just can't thank Sheriff Fuller enough for his help and support on this. So blessed to have, Chuck join the mission with me, and then Investigator Wilhelm, and then Officer Wiseman too, and their help. But we've got a lot of community partners at the table. And I was over at Backstage Pond talking about yesterday, asking them, how could they fit in this role? And, nobody thinks twice. They whip out their checkbook, or they hand you cash, or they write you a gift certificate, or they say, hey, here's this. And we live in one of the greatest counties there is for that.
Yeah.
And I'll let Chuck talk a little bit more about some of the sponsors, because he's really had some relationships and had some things that have lined up really well.
Right. And a lot of the community, if you've been around for any amount of time, the framework for this came back. A lot of people remember the old Take a Kid Fishing Rodeo.
Yeah.
That is where this kind of started with that, Take a Kid Fishing, evolved into the Jonathan Ackland tournament, and then it kind of dwindled off. But then that's kind of, we're using both of those as kind of our model to that. So the community's familiar with it, especially when you go and talk to them about kids and positive events. So they're aware of it. Like Miss Felicia said, the community's great. And I'll just run through some of our sponsors. Martin Tyler, he does some lake repair dock things. They're great. They're buying rods and reels for us. The hospital, they're doing food, or covering part of the food for us. Pioneer Equipment, Mr. Jeff Smith out there, giving some stuff for door prizes. We've got to like Bass Pro.
Yeah, wow.
They're bringing giving away some coolers and some hats. I know they're giving like 40 rods and reels.
Wow, that's awesome.
The Kiwanis Club, they're 20 poles and tackle boxes. The Davis Law Firm, Mr. Scotty Riddle at R&R Nursery and Landscaping. Poultry Electric gave it a very nice case knife. Hall Furniture, this pillow that's worth like $200. Eichard's Towing, Tinsley's Asphalt and Limestone, Phoenix Boats, Moore Cortner and the Cortner family there, they're great. Nose Down Scents and apparel, and hats and shirts, and they're going to send a box of things to be given away. Chick-fil-A, and then we got some others. I'll say there's still room if you want to give or you want to be involved. We will take it. It helps to do this, and then anything that's left over, it will obviously go to next year, because that's the thing. We want this thing to go back into an annual event. That's great. We may move it next year. It may not be at Morse Ferry. It may be at another boat dock somewhere closer to town, and it may be that we rotate it every year to different areas of the county, different boat docks, to kind of spread it around and everybody see kind of what Franklin County has to offer.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the questions I was going to ask is this going to be like a one-time thing, or is the goal to make this an annual thing?
Anything we start, we love for it to be annual, especially when we can incorporate this many community partners and reduce stigma and just have some family engagement. And I think it's going to be, I started out with a small vision. This has become something huge. So we want to probably continue that and make it keep happening, because, what's a better thing to invest in than our youth?
Yeah.
Nothing at all.
2 weeks ago, the goal when we first started in this was 50 kids.
50 kids.
And we're like, no, let's at least double it.
Yeah.
And hopefully we have more than that. So, and hopefully this thing grows every year. So.
Yeah.
I want to mention 2 other sponsors, Yates, and then also FOP. FOP, Phil Glover with FOP, he was at the office immediately as soon as I pitched it with a check. He was like, we're going to be a part of this.
FOP, they go back to the old initiation of the old Take a Kid Fishing Rodeo. So they're kind of been involved in this from the beginning.
Yeah.
So.
Well, one of the questions I was going to ask is, what does success for an event like this look like? But, ironically, I think that getting the community partners involved in the process and the mission and having them be aware of the efforts like this. It's already been a success to a certain extent. But ultimately, you talk about 50 kids, 100 kids, one kid is probably a success.
I've always felt like that. I don't care if you have 5 or 500.
Yeah.
You're making an impact. If 5 show up and our officers and EMS and everybody with badges are able to interact with them, then that's a success to me.
As far as volunteer opportunities and ways that businesses can still help, and we've already kind of thrown out there, you can contact the Prevention Coalition, but is there still plenty of those opportunities out if people want to just come out and show up and help and volunteer and stuff like that?
Absolutely. Don't let this limit you. If you are a retired fisherman and you just want to come out and help, we would love to have you. There again, when we talk about a seat at the table, at the prevention table, there's space for everybody. We want everybody, and there's so many opportunities to volunteer with us as a Prevention Coalition for this event and others.
Yeah.
So please reach out.
Chuck, go ahead.
And especially like if you want to donate or you want to be involved in a donation or a door prize, call me. My number is 931-307-1850. You can call the sheriff's office, 931-962-0123. And get in touch with me, and I'll gladly come to you and explain some things to you. If you got questions, bring you flyers, just let us know. We'll come to you, and we appreciate it. Like I said, and it's not limited.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll take it the day of if that's what it takes.
Chuck, you're obviously passionate not just about this event, but your work with the Prevention Coalition and through the Sheriff's Department and through the Fire Department and things like that. But one of the questions that I had for you from your unique perspective is, and you know the area very, very well, seeing the changes in the community that you can maybe relate back to the work that the Prevention Coalition has been putting in over the years. How has that dynamic changed, and how has the community changed?
Right. Well, like I said, I go back a while in emergency services, and the breaking the stigma is a big thing. When I grew up, and luckily, and I'll tell you kind of a story, kind of my heroes in this line of work, I was fortunate enough to get to work with some of them. But I was always taught to respect law enforcement. Law enforcement's your friend. They're there for you. But times have evolved, and a lot of times, and a lot of kids that don't have that.
Yeah.
Even with the fire department, they don't, that's a sign of authority, or the government don't trust them. But that's not the case. That's, set politics aside, set any other thing. Law enforcement, firefighters, EMTs, we're all human.
Yeah.
We're there for you, and if you ask you can ask anybody in emergency services, why did you get involved? And their answer is going to be to help people. And you think that's kind of cheeky, but it's really not. That is why. I mean, you can dive in it deeper and figure out what kind of inciting incident drove you to do that. But everybody got into this to help people and to be a positive, to make them, make your mark on something, to make a difference on somebody. And that's what this gets to. The Prevention Coalition has done a great job at that, of offering resources, giving first responders resources and opportunity that, hey, this is available for you. We can help you with this. Let us get you connected with the right people to get you things that you need and that can help you.
I think that it's interesting that you use the same kind of phrasing in terms of reducing the stigma. I think that it's interesting because this aligns both the police and fire and first responder kind of goal of reducing the stigma, along with reducing the stigma about conversations surrounding addiction and prevention and other things like that. And it's kind of like you guys are both trying to accomplish the same thing. Absolutely. In terms of bringing people together and being able to have conversations with them, and again, going back to building relationships with people. So it's a tremendous alignment of your goals, I think.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I've always been around law enforcement, but until I took this role in this job, I had no idea what they go through, the sacrifices that they make, the time away from their family. And they genuinely do care. And I will tell you, we receive more calls from law enforcement seeking resources for treatment and help for families than we do anybody else in the county. And Sam was the very first one to work at our office, Sam Davidson, with breaking that stigma through our bridge program. And that program has really opened our mindset. You know, I'll never will forget the first day. I had not witnessed it for probably 2 years there. And we had a young man come in, and we were playing pool in the game room. And as soon as he saw Sam's badge, he started crying and ran out of the room. And I went out to talk to him, and I said, you know, what is wrong? And he said, he's a bad guy. I can't be around him. He's a bad guy.
Wow.
Well, if you know Sam, he's not a bad guy.
Right.
And I absolutely had to leave the room in tears because it devastated me. Well, in time, we worked and built a relationship. When he sees Sam now, he runs and hugs him.
Yeah.
And I had no idea. So when I'm in a restaurant and I hear people say that and to their children, you don't know the damage you're doing.
Right.
Because these are the safe people that they need to be able to reach out to in a time of crisis, or these are the people they are going to see. And Eric Nation, who is over the National Alliance of Drug Endangered Children, he was previous law enforcement, and he has worked to set up programs through this Drug Endangered Children's Alliance to say, hey, he's realized when they went in and they had to do some of the things they had to do their job, some of the damage that could have been happening unbeknownst to anybody. So that's why we're educating. That's why I have all these programs that I'm so blessed to be able to go and do that help reduce the stigma, help kids know these really are the safe people. And our SROs here in the county, such a blessing. They do that every day in their role here. You will go and find them interacting in other ways, but also still protecting the children.
And that's to hit on the SROs. You know, 20 years ago, we thought everybody, oh goodness, we don't need police officers in our school, or why are we thinking about putting a police officer in our school? But I think we've seen that, at that time we just had them in the high school. But I think if you see now, and especially with me having an inside track, but the positive relationships and the things that they're able to intercept and make right that not necessarily were there, and just those positive relationships and things that they're catching, and the children that they are getting out of situations that most of us don't even want to think about.
Right.
But they're there every day doing that job, and I think they are invaluable to our county and our community of the work that they do.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There again, I can't tell you how many calls I get from SROs. Hey, I've got this family. I know they're struggling. You know, Grandma, she's got she's raising 4 children on her own. She needs some help. What can we do? And we get those resources. That's one of the beautiful things about Franklin County. We absolutely have such heartfelt individuals that care.
Right.
And Eric, we were traveling national-wide at a conference, and we were recognized in Vegas at this National Alliance for Drug Endangered Children's Conference. Eric Nation called us out, and we are so blessed because Tabitha Curtis sits on that board nationally. But Eric said, you know, we really have something going at home.
Yeah.
And we do. We really, really do.
And that's something I'll hit on, too. A lot of people don't realize Franklin County has been the model for statewide and national programs, and kind of a lot of initiative was started right here in Franklin County, and it's grown the state level and the national level, and a lot of people I don't think realize how that's came about. But we are very blessed, and just the initiative here in Franklin County, that it's grown into and expanded even across the nation.
Yeah, no, it really is, and we've talked about it multiple times here on the show, with whether it's Sam or you guys, you know, Miss Felicia and Eric, and what you guys have done, but the SRO programs, all the different programs and initiatives, we are leading in a lot of those areas, and it's exciting to consider. But the work never done. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more with Eric Smith, Felicia Kelsey, and Chuck Steins about what they've got coming up, again, with the Badges and Bobbers event on June 12th, just about 8 days away. And you won't want to miss it if you've got young ones as well. It's a great thing to do, great way to spend a summer day here in Franklin County. We'll be back on the other side with more. It is the starting lineup. This is ESPN Radio 1340 1069 WCDT Winchester.
This is Andy Davis with Davis & Davis Southern Injury Law. If you've been seriously injured in a car wreck, please call 931-967-7000. Our family has dedicated our lives to fighting to get injured people more money than they deserve. This is because no one deserves to be in a car wreck. When you hire us, your job is to get better, and our job is to hold the insurance companies to their promises and make them accountable. Call 931-967-7000, Davis & Davis, Southern Injury Law.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services is greater than that of other lawyers.
This is ESPN Radio Winchester, where Franklin County comes to life. From local news and athletics to everything in between, we're proud to bring you the stories that matter right here at home. And it's all made possible by local businesses connecting with real people in our community every single day. When you support them, you support our local coverage. Over 75 years of Franklin County heritage. Want your business to be a part of it? Contact WCDT today. ESPN Radio Winchester. Franklin County plays here.
It's time for a local news break from the 931 Go News Center.
Franklin County Schools has announced that longtime educator Daniel Wiggs will serve as the new director of the Franklin County Alternative School. Mr. Wiggs brings nearly 28 years of classroom teaching, coaching, and student mentorship experience within the district to his new leadership role. Since joining Franklin County Schools in August of 1998, he has served students at multiple levels, including as an elementary teacher at Clark Memorial and Rock Creek Elementary, and as a math teacher at South Middle School. His background also includes previous service inside the alternative school itself, where he worked directly with the same student population he will now lead. District officials say that familiarity will provide continuity and stability as he transitions into administration. Beyond the classroom, Wiggs spent nearly 2 decades coaching in the district from 2003 through 2022. He held both head and assistant coaching roles in baseball, softball, basketball, football, and golf at Huntland High School, South Middle School, and Franklin County High School. Leaders say those experiences helped him build structure, accountability, and positive relationship with students both on and off the field. Incoming Director of Schools, Dr. Roger Alsop, praised the appointment, saying Wiggs' deep community roots and wide-ranging experience make him an ideal fit to lead the alternative school. Alsop said Wiggs understands the importance of clear expectations, consistent behavioral support, and strong communication with families. In his new role, he will focus on providing structured learning environments, implementing responsive curriculum strategies, and working closely with parents to support student growth and success. In other local news, the Winchester Police Department is thanking the community for helping identify a suspect involved in a recent vandalism case. Police say the individual who shattered a cooler door at a local business last week has now been identified. For more details on these stories and more, visit 931go.com. Stay informed and stay connected to your community with ESPN Radio Winchester.
When it comes to caring for your loved ones, choose a name you can trust. Inhabit Home Health in Winchester, located at 2068 Cowan Highway. We're here to provide compassionate professional care right in the comfort of your own home. From skilled nursing to therapy services, our team is dedicated to helping you or your loved ones achieve the best quality of life. Call Inhabit Home Health today at 931-967-0633 to learn more about our personalized care plans.
Tune into the starting lineup on the FMO Facebook feed. Just go to Facebook.com/ESPN Winchester. Now, back to Joe and Chewy.
Traffic alert down by Swiss Pantry. Watch out for cows. It is the starting lineup back here on ESPN Radio 1340 1069 WCDT Winchester. We've got Felicia Kelsey, Eric Smith, and Chuck Steins in studio this morning talking about the upcoming Badges and Bobbers event on June 12th. And one of the things we've been talking about is why it's important for young people to build these positive relationships with law enforcement, firefighters, the TWRA even, and how much of prevention is really about giving kids that connection, confidence, other things like that, something positive to be a part of. And the leadership of this community is a big part in that, has played a big part in that, whether it be leadership from the sheriff's office, Tim Fuller, whether it be the mayor. And Eric, you mentioned in the break, the mayor and the entire county really leadership has been behind and supported not just this initiative, but the initiative of the Franklin County Prevention Coalition.
You're correct. It has been amazing to see, particularly the mayor's office with Mayor Chris Guest, how supportive he is and how much he wants the county to prosper. And every citizen, he wants to be able to incorporate every citizen into the events that he has, we have, whoever has. And also Sheriff Tim Fuller, who is, to my knowledge, never not once supported us when we've asked for assistance or even have the inmate crew come clean something or whatever. He's always been supportive. And I just think it shows the forethought of the county leaderships to show the importance of prevention and to try to get the children young and to try to get people making healthy choices to improve the whole community of Franklin County.
When we consider this event, again, it's important to note that people don't need to be a professional angler to show up. The idea is that we're getting kids involved, again, with law enforcement, with the badges, essentially. So not only are we getting them in front of and making those types of connections, but maybe they're doing something that they've never had the opportunity of doing, trying something new. And just going out and having fun and having a time of fellowship with, people within the community, leaders within the community, their guardians and parents and things like that as well. So, again, the obstacles for not coming to this event or coming to this event, there really are none. You guys have done a great job, as well as with the sponsors and folks providing rods and reels and things like that to make sure that if somebody shows up, that they're going to be able to participate and they're going to be able to have fun.
Absolutely. Shout out to our TWRA officers, Matthew Stevenson and then Haley Guffey. They have really worked behind the scenes to help line up a lot of this. Bait is provided by somebody they know. There's a gentleman that's going to help. He's a catfisherman, and he's going to come and show the kids how to catch some catfish. They have really worked behind the scenes a whole lot, and this is one of my first partnerships with them. Eric and I we partnered with them to try to raise awareness for boating, a BUI campaign, and then just overall boating awareness campaign. So I guess this is kind of our second project to work with them, but it's neat. It's really neat to get out and consider that. But, there's just something about the outdoors, Joe. I love to be outside. I wish my office was outside. It's just...
Especially here as of late, the weather's been so nice.
Oh, I'm telling you, you get outside and there's just so much to see and do. And our county is so blessed with these lakes and just a lot of beautiful mountain areas. Chuck and I were talking about the mountains yesterday. And, we just have hiking places. We have just so much to offer the youth to be able to get out and really experience things. And Matthew and Haley really want to raise awareness to that.
And one thing that we didn't talk about earlier is we're going to have a tank there that's going to have some fish in it, so you can come and see some different kinds of fish. And
very cool.
So kind of just look at them, and little kids, they want to see a big fish. Hopefully we'll have some bigger fish in there that they can look at. So
yeah, not if Chewy's fishing for them. Yeah. Just have the little ones.
I think
we'll try.
An opportunity to make a memory.
Yeah.
And to impact someone's life who may not ever have this experience.
Yeah.
May not ever have it again. You just don't know. But
yeah.
These events, a lot of times I question, wow, there's a lot going into this. Is this going to be worth it? But I promise you, these are the things that keep me going. They're my why.
Right.
Because there will be a child who's never been before, and
Oh,
somebody
yeah.
will tell us about it, and I'll get to witness that firsthand and see that, and then those are the stories we get to come on and promote and tell why these things are so important. Because, you take going fishing for granted. I grew up being able to go, but there are families who a fishing pole is beyond their reach.
Right.
They cannot afford a fishing pole, and or to even be able to maybe not even think about those type of events. And this offers you just show up.
Right.
What do you have to do? All you have to do is show up.
And like Miss Felicia said, they may have so much other things going on and children and things in life. Life's hard. There's
absolutely
everybody's got issues. But this is a chance to unwind, to unplug, and come out. And you don't have to really any plan. All you do is get there, and then everything else is kind of planned out for you. Everything's there. You got food. You got the free stuff there. Come out and enjoy it, and kind of just relax, take a breath. I don't want to take the fish off the hook. We'll do that for you.
Absolutely.
I don't want to put the worm on the hook. We'll do that for you. So just come see us.
Where can folks learn more about the Prevention Coalition, Miss Felicia, as well as maybe future events that you guys, because you mentioned the boating event that you just had recently, and then obviously this one, but you guys are you kind of always have something in the works. Where can they learn more about future events and other initiatives and programs?
We try to. I'm pretty proud of our Facebook. We work really hard to keep our Facebook up to date and really promote what we're doing, but also our website, which is www.fcpctn.org. Melanie works really hard on that, and it's a great resource for all county events, but especially ours. And then partners like you, Joe, that really help share our message. You and Chewy do a great job. We're very appreciative to your station for all the hard work y'all do and work with us to keep our events out there and current. And then also y'all's heart for the community. I just want to thank y'all again for your partnership and the heart you all have for the community, because you never immediately you said, hey, we'll try to come out there. Y'all are always willing to help us and support us. And that's really how people can find out more about the Prevention Coalition. We have the best community partners there are, and they always share.
We're at 900 South Shepherd Street at the old Townsend building. And if you just have a question, just stop in.
Yeah.
We'll be willing to sit down, talk to you, give you a tour of what we have going and any upcoming events. I think the more you engage with people and get some buy-in from them, just the stronger this is going to grow.
Well, and what we want to see is we want to offer more resources for Franklin County families. And as our reach widens and knowledge gets out there, we're able to do that because that helps us get more grant money. That helps us get more funding. The support of the county commission and our organization is unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, and again, going back to the leadership, it has been, and I've seen it firsthand, the dynamic and how important it is to county leadership. And honestly, in my time since I've lived in this region, when I first moved to the region, there was a stigma surrounding Franklin County as a whole, and some of the things that were going on in and around. And now, what do we just talk about? The fact that this county leads the state and the nation in a lot of these programs and initiatives, as far as like what success looks like and how to build it. That's great, and that's a testament to the work that you guys are doing each and every day. So I appreciate you guys. And again, I do encourage folks, if they don't know anything about the Franklin County Prevention Coalition, if this is the first time you're hearing about it, honestly, we've talked a lot about this event, but you need to familiarize yourself with them and those programs. You can do that at fcpctn.org. They've got a section on the website that's got all their programs and initiatives listed. We have them on a regular basis to talk about some of these things, but the best thing that you can do for yourself, your family, your loved ones is go and just make yourself aware of the resources that are available in this community, because there are a lot. And we could do a show with you every day of the week, and we still wouldn't touch on all of the stuff that you guys have going on and are involved in. So thank you.
Well, thank you. You know, until we are a common name in every household, because we still hear people say, oh, we didn't know you were around.
Yeah.
That is a huge goal. And when you're looking at our initiative, we want to be a household name. We want people to think of us. I love when individuals call me and say, you know, I thought of you all first.
Yeah.
That's I love it. Or,
that's
hey, I'm dealing with this. Because even if it's not in our wheelhouse, I can promise you we'll connect you to who you need to be connected with.
Yeah.
We won't stop till we get you the help or whatever kind of service you need, because that's our role too.
Well, Chuck, Eric, Miss Felicia, thank you so much for coming in this morning. We appreciate you guys. And again, it is Badges and Bobbers coming up on the 12th, June 12th, from 3 to 7 p.m. over at the Morris Ferry Boat Ramp. Again, the important thing to note is that you don't have to have any experience, any knowledge. You don't even have to have a fishing pole, but you can go out and enjoy the day with the kids and get to know some of the servants here within the community who are here for you and your family. And again, the great work that they're doing. Keep it up, guys. Really appreciate you.
We appreciate you.
We'll be back on the other side to wrap things up here on the starting lineup. This is ESPN Radio 1340, 1069, WCDT Winchester.
Larry Shelby, previously on the Paul Feinbaum Show.
You know what, Chris? Let me tell you something. Why don't you go catch your breath before commenting on somebody else's? And Hacksaw Tuscaloosa Jim Duggan. Just shut up, because I could strike you out blindfolded, pitching underhand with both arms tied behind my back.
Okay, why don't we take a break? I'm pretty exhausted.
The Paul Feinbaum Show, weekdays at 3 Eastern on the ESPN app and on the SEC Network.
For over 75 years, one thing has never changed in Winchester, Tennessee. Hall Furniture has been there through it all. 3 generations, decades of trust, and the commitment to quality, value, and service that still comes first today. As we celebrate over 75 years in business, we want to say thank you to our loyal customers, our community, and to everyone who has made Hall Furniture a Winchester tradition. Hall Furniture, here's to another 75 years of helping you make a house feel like home.
Why choose more Courtney Funeral Home? Well, they're a 5th-generation funeral home taking care of the people of Franklin County since 1905. They're committed to serving you, dedicated to providing personalized, professional, and compassionate service to help lighten your burden and help you out during these difficult times. More Courtney Funeral Home, 300 First Avenue Northwest in Winchester, 967-2222. More Courtney Funeral Home.
Got a project to tackle or a party to plan? Skip the stress and rent it instead at Reliable Rental in Winchester. From tools and heavy-duty machines to chairs, tables, and event essentials, they've got what you need to get the job done right. Whether it's work or a weekend celebration, Reliable Rental makes it easy. Stop by 2433 Deckard Boulevard in Winchester or check out everything they offer online at reliablerentalfc.com. Reliable Rental. When you need it, they've got it.
Take the starting lineup with you wherever you go. Download the WCDT smartphone app in your Google Play and Apple App Store. Now, back to the guys.
Great show today.
Today was fun. This very informative show. I feel like the news.
Got to have the mayor in. Got to have the Prevention Coalition in. And had some really good conversations. Therapy Thursday. Sometimes the therapy is just communicating with the leadership in our community and figuring out what's going on. Figuring out how we can better support them. So one of the things that we barely touched on today, but I'm going to wrap up the show by talking about it. By the way, we'll do some sports too, Chewy.
Okay.
The Knicks came back and won last night, Game 1. So they take the lead in the finals. That was tremendous because it happened in San Antonio. And Texas jumped out to, I think they scored 5 runs in the first inning, jumped out to an early lead, and they took Game 1 in the Softball World Series, Game 1 of that. But what I really, 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 too, wanted to talk about this morning was this idea that, there are so many bad guys or bad girls, villains, that you think about it, maybe they weren't as bad as you think. I go to, Zordon with the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
What if Rita Repulsa wasn't really the bad guy? You consider the fact that Zordon was running a child soldier program. They sound heroic until you think about the fact that a giant floating head recruited naive teenagers with quote-unquote attitude, gave them weapons, put them in color-coded uniforms which were obviously racist, and sent them to fight monsters after school.
I like how it's like after school. He's like, you after 3 p.m. Yeah.
Instead of playing on a football team, put him on a different team. I mean, maybe Rita wasn't the villain. She was just trying to stop an intergalactic labor violation.
Rita Repulsa is an OSHA agent. Unsafe work practices.
Well, we talked about this with like Captain Hook, right? I mean, Peter Pan never grows up. I'm pretty sure he's kidnapping children. And here you go. You've got a quote-unquote pirate, who got his hand chopped off or eaten by a crocodile. I don't know which way it happened.
But a trickster demon named Pan shows up to children's rooms and whisks them away forever.
He's definitely not the villain in that story.
Right? He seems like a Greek, like demon thing. You know what I mean? Like one of those weird monsters from stories.
I mean, at worst, he's a traumatized small business owner trying to operate a maritime company while being stalked by a flying demon child.
Could you imagine setting up your own shipping company back then, and then a demon child harasses you into piracy?
And then there's like Wile E. Coyote. I mean, the Roadrunner is smug, and let's be honest, the Coyote is simply starving to death in the desert.
Thank you. I 100% believe it, because the Roadrunner, here's my problem with the Roadrunner. He teases him, so he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like he's just running away. He's like, hey, I'm going to mess with this dork.
Well, and he's got like a persistent, can-do, overcome attitude. He's entrepreneurial. He keeps investing in innovation from Acme. This is my kind of guy, committed to the grind. And the Roadrunner just never helps, never offers food, which brings up the question. If you are the Coyote and you're investing all this money into gadgets, why not like order some food online for delivery? Maybe that was Postmates or whatever.
Yeah, I think back then, the only thing you could order was probably like Chinese and pizza at that time. But hey, I agree with you. Maybe he needs to start thinking outside the box.
Yeah. I don't know. There's some others that I had listed out, like, the Grinch, Gaston.
Gaston was a jerk.
He was a total jerk, but there was also a beast capable of essentially murking people whenever he wanted to.
From the townsfolk position, like, it's very much, hey, there's like a werewolf that lives in that castle.
Right.
We should probably go and take care of that, right?
Right.
I get that.
Shredder is the human. Gaston is the human. How come the human is always made out to be the bad guy, not the mutant demon that is,
Mutant demon is the best way to describe Splinter.
Just wondering. I don't even want to get into the Empire.
Oh,
the rebels going around blowing up an entire Death Star worth of people.
Do you know there's 1 million people on the Death Star?
Well, not anymore. All right. It is a What the Florida Friday tomorrow. You'll want to join us on the show. Sammy D will be in studio. Coming up next, Reliable Rentals Swap and Shop for Chewy. I am Joe. Thank you to Mayor Sean Crabtree. Thank you to Felicia Kelsey, Eric Smith, and Chuck Steins as well. And thank you to you, our listeners. This is ESPN Radio 1340 1069 WCDT Winchester.
Attention.